Most people think fatigue just means they need more sleep or more coffee. But here is what your doctor is not telling you. It is a symptom. And if you keep treating the symptom while ignoring the root cause, you will be exhausted for the rest of your life. I have seen this in my clinic over and over again. Patients come in completely drained, having tried every energy drink, every supplement, every sleep hack, and nothing works. Why? Because they never found the real reason their body is shutting down. Today I'm going to walk you through 13 scientifically proven causes of chronic fatigue, and exactly what to do about each one. Stay until number 7. That one alone changes everything for most of my patients. My name is Dr. Kevin Adewale, and I am with over 25 years of clinical experience. I have reviewed the research on mitochondrial dysfunction, hormonal imbalance, and nutritional deficiency extensively. And what I am about to share with you is backed by some of the most important medical literature available today, including insights from Dr. Jason Fung's The Obesity Code, Dr. David Perlmutter's Grain Brain, and research published in the New England Journal of Medicine. This is not opinion. This is science your body desperately needs you to understand. Here is what most people do not understand. After the age of 40, and especially after 60, your body's ability to produce cellular energy begins to decline. According to research on mitochondrial aging, the mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside every cell in your body, lose efficiency by up to 50% as we age. This means your body is working twice as hard to produce half the energy. And when you add nutritional deficiencies, hormonal disruption, and chronic stress on top of that, the result is the kind of crushing fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to fix. Let me walk you through all 13 causes, one by one. Item 1. Insomnia. Fatigue, the cognitive shutdown, when you cannot sleep, whether from sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, frequent nighttime urination, or leg cramps, your brain pays the price first. According to Matthew Walker, PhD, author of Why We Sleep, even a single night of poor sleep reduces cognitive performance by up to 40% and causes blood glucose dysregulation that mimics early-stage diabetes. Your attention collapses, your decision-making deteriorates, and your body begins craving sugar and refined carbohydrates to compensate for the energy it lost overnight. What to do? Take long daily walks in nature without your phone. Research shows this dramatically improves sleep. Item 2. Blood sugar fatigue. Your cells are starving. Insulin resistance means that despite having glucose flooding the bloodstream, the cells cannot access it. The result is that your cells are literally starving for fuel while surrounded by it. You feel a powerful urge to nap approximately 2 hours after eating, especially after pasta, rice, bread, or any starchy food. This is your body crashing from a blood sugar spike. What to do? Eliminate refined carbohydrates completely. Reduce meal frequency. Avoid all snacking between meals. Within days, your energy will stabilize dramatically. Item 3. Slow thyroid fatigue. Your mitochondria are shutting down. The thyroid gland controls your metabolic rate at the cellular level. Specifically, the active thyroid hormone T3 enters the mitochondria and directly regulates both the number of mitochondria in each cell and the production of ATP, the energy currency of the body. When thyroid function is low, the mitochondria produce less ATP. Your core body temperature drops, and your body begins turning off non-essential systems to conserve energy. Cold hands and feet, weight gain, brain fog, and crushing fatigue are the result. According to Harrison's Principles of Internal Medicine, 90% of hypothyroidism is autoimmune in origin, meaning your own immune system is attacking your thyroid. What to do? For autoimmune thyroid, selenium is essential. For non-autoimmune thyroid dysfunction, iodine and zinc are the primary interventions. Item 4. Histamine fatigue. The allergy. Nobody diagnoses. Histamine is a neurotransmitter, and in certain individuals, histamine levels become chronically elevated, either due to genetic enzyme deficiency or dietary triggers. According to research published in the Journal of Clinical Immunology, excess histamine overstimulates the central nervous system, producing a paradoxical exhaustion. You feel irritable, wired, and exhausted simultaneously. You cannot relax, but you cannot function. Thick sinus pressure, low blood pressure, and inability to sleep are classic signs. The worst offenders are aged cheese, smoked meats, alcohol, and fermented foods, all of which are extremely high in histamine. What to do? Eliminate high histamine foods for 3 weeks and monitor your energy levels. A low histamine diet combined with vitamin C and quercetin can significantly reduce symptoms. Item 5. Latent virus fatigue. the infection that never left. This is the one that shocks most of my patients. Certain viruses, including Epstein-Barr, cytomegalovirus, and herpes zoster, do not leave the body after the initial infection. They enter a dormant state inside the nervous system or immune cells. When triggered by stress, nutritional deficiency, or immune suppression, they reactivate, and your immune system has to fight them again, draining massive amounts of energy in the process. The hallmark symptom is post-exertion malaise. You feel fine during exercise, but 24 hours later, you are completely incapacitated. Research published in Nature Immunology confirms this mechanism in chronic fatigue syndrome patients. What to do? Reduce all forms of stress aggressively. Take vitamin D3, minimum 20,000 IU daily with K2 and magnesium. Avoid junk food entirely. Stress is the #1 trigger for viral reactivation. Item 6. Sodium and potassium. Deficiency. Fatigue. Your battery is dead. Every nerve impulse and muscle contraction in your body depends on what is called the sodium-potassium pump, an electrochemical mechanism that generates voltage across cell membranes. Without adequate sodium and potassium, this pump cannot generate sufficient electrical charge, and your muscles and nervous system lose power. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, most adults consume less than half the recommended 4,700 milligrams of potassium per day. The result is muscle weakness, low stamina, and complete exhaustion after even mild physical activity. If you follow a ketogenic or low-carb diet, your body flushes sodium rapidly, making electrolyte replacement critical. What to do? Increase potassium through avocados, leafy greens, and electrolyte supplementation. Add quality sea salt to your meals. The energy improvement is often felt within hours. Item 7. Low oxygen fatigue, anemia. Nobody is treating correctly. Iron deficiency anemia and B12 deficiency anemia both produce the same devastating result. Your red blood cells cannot carry sufficient oxygen to the mitochondria, and the final step of ATP production breaks down completely. But here is what most doctors miss. According to research from the British Medical Journal, the majority of non-menstruating individuals with anemia are not actually iron deficient. They are copper deficient. Copper is essential for proper iron metabolism and red blood cell formation. Taking iron supplementation without addressing copper can worsen the condition. Additionally, low stomach acid, a condition called hypochlorhydria, prevents proper absorption of both B12 and iron from food. What to do? Address copper first through food sources like beef liver. Take betaine hydrochloride before meals to restore stomach acid. Only supplement iron under physician guidance after confirmed blood testing. Item 8. Low magnesium fatigue, the deficiency. Nobody tests correctly. Magnesium is required for over 300 enzymatic reactions in the human body, including every single step of ATP production. Without sufficient magnesium, your mitochondria cannot produce energy efficiently. The critical problem is that standard blood tests measure serum magnesium, which represents only 1% of total body magnesium. The remaining 99% is stored inside cells and bones. This means a patient can be severely magnesium deficient while showing completely normal blood results. As Dr. Mark Hyman notes in the blood sugar solution, magnesium deficiency is epidemic, yet almost universally missed in conventional medicine. What to do? Take magnesium glycinate before bed. It relaxes muscles, improves sleep quality, and restores cellular energy production. Most patients feel a significant difference within 1 week. Item 9. Low B1 fatigue, the carbohydrate debt. Vitamin B1, thiamine, is an essential coenzyme in the conversion of glucose into usable cellular energy. Every gram of carbohydrate you consume depletes B1. Diets high in refined carbohydrates and sugar create a chronic thiamine deficiency, meaning your body has plenty of glucose fuel but cannot convert it into ATP. Instead, that glucose is shunted toward fat storage, and lactic acid builds up in the tissues, causing a sensation of nervous tension, breathlessness, and overwhelming fatigue. This pattern is extensively documented in nutritional medicine literature and aligns with findings in How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger regarding micronutrient depletion from processed food consumption. What to do? Correct the diet first. Eliminate refined carbohydrates. Then supplement with lithiamine, a fat-soluble form of B1 derived from garlic, which crosses the blood-brain barrier more effectively than standard thiamine. Item 10. No sun fatigue. Your mitochondria need light. Over 50% of sunlight energy is infrared radiation, and according to research from the Journal of Photochemistry and Photobiology, infrared light penetrates deep into tissue and directly stimulates mitochondrial energy production by activating cytochrome C oxidase, the final enzyme in the ATP production chain. People who spend the majority of their time indoors under artificial light are chronically understimulating their mitochondria. Vitamin D deficiency, which results from insufficient sun exposure, causes widespread inflammation, lower back and hip pain, muscle achiness, and profound fatigue. According to Dr. David Sinclair in Lifespan, chronic light deprivation accelerates cellular aging and metabolic decline. What to do? Get direct sunlight daily. Minimum 20 to 30 minutes without sunscreen on the arms and legs. Supplement with vitamin D3, 20,000 to 30,000 IU daily. Always combined with K2 and magnesium to ensure proper absorption and calcium regulation. Item 11. Mold and inflammation fatigue. The invisible immune war. Chronic mold exposure triggers a persistent immune activation that drains enormous amounts of energy. Mold spores release mycotoxins that cross the blood-brain barrier and trigger neuroinflammation, producing brain fog, immune exhaustion, and chronic fatigue that no standard blood test will detect. According to the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, up to 25% of the population carries a genetic variant that makes them unable to clear mycotoxins efficiently, making mold exposure particularly devastating for these individuals. Beyond mold, systemic inflammation from autoimmune conditions, gut dysbiosis, or chronic infections creates the same energy-draining immune response. What to do? Inspect your home thoroughly for mold, especially in bathrooms, under sinks, and in air conditioning systems. For inflammation, increase vitamin D3 to 20,000 to 30,000 IU daily with K2 and magnesium. This is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory interventions available. Item 12. Long COVID fatigue. The immune system that cannot switch off. Post-COVID syndrome represents one of the most complex fatigue mechanisms ever documented in modern medicine. The SARS-CoV-2 virus triggers persistent immune activation, mitochondrial dysfunction, and microclotting in small blood vessels, all of which combine to produce debilitating fatigue, brain fog, post-exertion malaise, and hypersensitivity to light, sound, and stress. Research published in Nature Medicine confirms that long COVID patients show measurable mitochondrial damage and persistent viral protein fragments months after the initial infection has resolved. What to do? NAC, N-acetylcysteine, is a precursor to glutathione, the body's most powerful antioxidant, and is critical for immune recovery. Combine with vitamin D3, magnesium glycinate, zinc, and CoQ10, which directly supports mitochondrial repair. Always work with your physician for a structured recovery protocol. Item 13. Low protein fatigue. Your repair system has collapsed. This is perhaps the most overlooked cause of fatigue in older adults. Your mitochondria do not just need fuel, they need amino acids to build and repair the enzymes that run the entire energy production process. Without sufficient dietary protein, your body cannot synthesize the antioxidants, repair the muscle tissue, or produce the neurotransmitters that keep your brain and body functioning. According to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, protein requirements actually increase with age. Yet most seniors consume significantly less protein than they did at 30. The hallmark sign is post-exercise collapse. You exercise and instead of feeling energized, you feel completely destroyed for days afterward. What to do? Increase high-quality animal protein, red meat, eggs, and organ meats at every meal. Reduce carbohydrates simultaneously. Most patients report dramatic improvements in energy and exercise recovery within 2 weeks. Now, I know that was a significant amount of information. But here is the most important thing I want you to take away. Fatigue is not inevitable. It is not just aging. It is your body telling you that something specific is missing or broken. And once you identify it, you can fix it. I call this the 13-point energy recovery protocol. Eliminate all refined carbohydrates and sugar immediately. Take vitamin D3, 20,000 IU daily, always with K2 and magnesium. Add magnesium glycinate before bed every night. Increase high-quality animal protein to every single meal. Take long daily walks in nature without your phone. Test for copper, B12, and thyroid function, not just iron. Reduce all sources of chronic stress without compromise. As Dr. Michael Greger documents in How Not to Die and Dr. David Sinclair confirms in Lifespan, the combination of nutritional restoration, light exposure, and stress reduction is the most powerful fatigue reversal strategy ever studied in clinical medicine. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 13 causes do you think is affecting you the most right now? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your answer might help someone else watching this video who has been struggling for years. If this video gave you value, please share it with someone you care about, a parent, a sibling, a friend who is always tired. One share from you could genuinely change their life. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. I publish new health insights every single week, the kind of information your doctor may not have time to explain in a 10-minute appointment.